Also, who builds a giant government installation with a huge vertical pillar in the center of it? That's just asking for people to shoot stuff at it. Why would it not be as low to the ground as possible? No, we'll make it a giant, like, fucking pillar monolith thing that with no defensive emplacements whatsoever. So it's super easy for us to shoot plasma mortars at from far away.
Noble One, go ahead. We need that base taken out, son. What's your status?
Like,
Still outside.
I recognize they couldn't drill down to make it because of what's underneath it, but still.
Copy that, Noble One. Hold it down.
Like, that can't just be me. This planet is primarily a military installation. Security should be its, like, #1 concern.
Affirmative.
Good. Excellent.
Also, how is this place flooded in such a way that the physical ground level has been raised?
But they're defending for a major strike.
Because this is dirt.
Eliminate all hostile.
This used to be open air, like, I want to say 10 feet down.
Keep a low profile. We'll take them by surprise. This will be a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah. I need a sniper rifle. Fucking... I hate snipers so much. Oh my god, stop shooting me. I don't like that in a target-rich environment, the enemy always targets me over fucking... my allies. Like, it's a little annoying. Not gonna lie.
Calvin, right? It does seem like overkill. Sending us back here for a simple demo op? Only thinks it's worth it. Want to tell you something? It tells me things ain't so simple.
Man, that's a terrible line delivery from Emil. There's like no fucking emotion in that. Oh, right, you idiots are carrying assault rifles, aren't you? God damn it.
Hey, thanks.
I appreciate Frost. You always gotta get the aliens references in. Get off the wall, you asshole. Oh, you fucking dick. I hate it when they do this. You can't give them weapons while they're in cover. And they constantly do this, regardless of whether or not they're enemies. Fucking... I do have serious gripes about the way the AI in these games work. Because it's really, really annoying. Yeah, look at it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Again, Halo is my favorite game series, but holy shit do these games fall apart when you examine them closely. I love Halo 3, but Halo 3 is a hot fucking mess in terms of its gameplay and design. Not to mention the narrative is all over the place. If you examine Halo 3 by itself, that game makes, like, virtually no sense at all. It also takes place over the course of, like, a day, which is kind of shitty considering that all the other Halo games take place over a lot longer and a lot more happens in them. Though you could argue Halo 1 is a fairly limited... Is that guy just gonna sit there? Jesus Christ. Moron. You could argue Halo 1 has a limited story thing, but it's like Halo 2, so much happens in Halo 2. And then you get to Halo 3 and it's like, if you go by the actual events in Halo 3, there's not a whole lot that happens. You wake up on Earth, You fight the Covenant a little. You go to try and stop them from figuring out the shit, what the Ark, because you think it's that portal on Earth. The Flood show up. You go through the portal. You fucking fight the Covenant again. You go, fucking kill Truth after, you know, figuring out where he is. The Flood show up again. You go get Cortana. Then you fire the Halo ring, and the game's over. It's like, the whole events that take place in the game are about as long as the actual game is. There's not a whole lot of, like, stuff that happens in between, or, like, longer events that are condensed to gameplay length. It's like, no, the game's pretty much, like, the events of the game are pretty much 8 hours long, and that's about it. Not even. You can beat Halo 3 in, like, 6 hours. Less if you're playing on normal. But for a while, Halo 3 was the shortest of the games. It's because Halo 3 was supposed to be the final act of Halo 2, because half the levels in Halo 2 got cut out of the game. And Halo 2 is still the longest Halo game with 14 levels. I'm not counting Halo 5, because some of those levels aren't even levels. And you know, they're all pretty short. God damn it. Can you imagine being an idiot who thinks you're actually supposed to go inside those things to blow them up? That would be stupid.
They sure gave it to Reach.
Yeah, they did. Like, 2 weeks ago, they gave it to Reach. I'm not sure why we're still here, actually. Stop it. The fucking book, like, they're off Reach within, like, a day of the Covenant showing up. Ah. I don't know. I'm kind of bitter about the way the Halo series has been recently. I think part of it has to do with the fact that I wasn't able to get an Xbox Series X. I think another part of it has to do with the fact that I'm not particularly impressed with anything I've seen from Halo Infinite so far. I don't particularly think it's that much of an improvement over Halo 5's art style, especially given how 99% of the things in the game are exactly the same as they were in Halo 5. The only things they've really changed are the battle rifle. They've turned back to the Halo 2 version. The fucking assault rifle's the Halo Reach one. A lot of the armors are vaguely Halo Reach inspired. Like, the proportions are weird, and they have Halo Reach, like, chest pieces. But I don't think they work at all together. And they just seem very, like, clunky and, like, bulky and weird. Compared to, like, the Halo 3 armor wasn't, like, you know, every single limb is super thick. God damn it. I really fucking hate this part of the game. It's because you can't see shit and those things shoot from so far away. It's just really annoying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Halo Infinite. The gameplay is okay. It seemed a bit clunky, especially with the complete lack of aim assist on the console version. Like, for people with controllers, it seems heavily biased in favor of people playing mouse and keyboard. The weapons had a kind of not great feel to them, gameplay-wise. I didn't like any of the new weapons, really. The fucking one that's the R201 from Titanfall was okay, but I found it kind of difficult to use at fucking long range. It's basically just a full auto DMR, though. So... Okay, that thing's firing way faster than it's supposed to be able to. Like, that thing was firing before the firing animation was finished. Whatever. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Halo Infinite. I'm not particularly impressed with what I've seen so far. And Halo Infinite's supposed to be like the resurgence of Halo stuff. So, I'm not sure how that makes me feel. I feel like I'd feel better if they'd shown off a campaign demo rather than a multiplayer one. Especially since the multiplayer demo was kinda terrible. Because it didn't fucking work for 99% of its fucking runtime. It was extremely glitchy. It looked kinda shit in terms of its visual quality, and it didn't play very well. Like, Halo Infinite is high fidelity and the textures are better, but it still just kind of looks and plays like Halo 5. So, all those, like, 343 is learning, they've changed, etc. I still have the exact same fucking opinion I had, you know, before, in that, no, 343 is still basically just going to kind of make the game they want to make forever, and not the game people are interested in playing.
Way this place been done, we're lucky anything still works.
I've never gotten the impression that 343 is interested in making games for people who actually, like, played the original Halo games. They've always struck me as people that for some reason want to market to a new audience. I don't know. Again, my opinions are my own. I don't expect anyone else to agree with me. And I wouldn't want you to agree with me just for the sake of agreeing with me, but I still am kind of fucking pessimistic about Halo Infinite. And I have my reasons for that. Like I said, I'm not nearly as, like, disenfranchised with fucking Halo 4 and 5 as the average person is. I did enjoy those games quite a bit. Halo 5's story really pissed me off and I thought it was dumb, but I liked the multiplayer gameplay. Though not for the same reasons I like the multiplayer gameplay in the other games. You know, I just have different types of things that I enjoy. I'm allowed to like different types of gameplay. But Halo Infinite's gameplay, like, because if they were going to step in a new direction like they did in Halo 5, like, I'd rather they commit to that than bounce back and forth between the two and do both poorly. Like, Halo 5's gameplay was fine. I'm not some kind of purist who feels like Halo needs to be some specific sort of, like, gameplay style over another, as long as the game clearly shares its, like, intrinsic qualities with, you know, each other. I don't feel like, you know, it can exclude, and it has to exclude more modern game conventions, as long as it's not clearly taking them for the sake of taking modern conventions. As long as they're incorporated well into the game's, like, you know, mechanics, I don't feel like it's terrible to have these new features. However, I feel like removing them arbitrarily just because some people didn't like them is kind of stupid. Like, I feel like you can incorporate sandbox elements and have, like, you know, inbuilt player elements as well. They don't need to be mutually exclusive. I think the way Halo Reach did it wasn't great, because you had the fucking hard loadout system with pre-built stuff. Like, it comes down to balance. Like, if everyone has the ability to do, like, you know, dodging and clamber and whatever, then I think that works fine. Like, just don't make the characters move at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Make it so, like, they move at a normal gameplay speed, and then they, you know, have a dodge that maybe recharges, like, every 30 seconds, or every, like, 1 minute. Or maybe they just have a limited number of them per life. Who knows? But if everyone has the same movement abilities, that's not exactly, like, unbalanced. Or maybe keep them in the game, but save them for specific game modes.
Well, it's pointing us a
Like,
click and a half east
maybe
and
save them
2,000
for
feet
Oddball or
down.
Juggernaut or Infection. I mean, Juggernaut hasn't even been in the
I
game
think
since
we
Halo
go
2.
free on this one. Obviously, these coordinates are junk, and the longer we go chasing them,
There's a lot of fucking game modes that were in Halo 2 that disappeared from the series for a long time. Land Grab didn't come back until Halo 5.
We came this far.
To be fair, though, everyone hated Land Grabs, so... eh. You know, Emil is probably the worst fucking person to have on rearguard, because he won't be able to shoot at anyone that's actually following us. He'd work better in a vanguard position. That's kind of the whole point of a shotgun. Considering how terrible the fucking M60 shotgun is in Halo in terms of its range. Like, it has an effective range of 4 feet, for fuck's sake. That's terrible for a real-life shotgun.
Anything else, Dot? Dot.
In real life, shotguns are not actually that limited in range. Even more so if they're using a
Apologies for
slug.
the unusual security measures, Commander, but the stakes demand it.
Dr. Hall.
It's like, is he using flechette rounds? Like, what's the
As
deal?
well as they say, news of my death has been greatly exaggerated.
Supposedly he's using 12 gauge or 8 gauge Soulcraft shells. I don't know what the deal with those are. They use some kind of experimental, like, pellet, but I don't know. Their range is terrible. And it's not like the fucking M90 or M60 or whatever the fuck it's called is a short range, or is a short weapon. Those things are, like, huge. If you've seen, like, Marines in Halo 1 and 2 carrying them, they're, like, almost as big as they are. Like, the SRS rifle is bigger than an average Marine. Makes me wonder how they can carry it. It should weigh, like, 60 pounds. That's the problem with having all these guns be Spartan-sized, is that it doesn't work at all when a normal human is carrying them, so the model has to actually shrink down a bit for them to use it, which looks really dumb.
Thanks to Noble 2, the decrypting of its data is nearly
It's like how the Master Chief's always super tall in cutscenes, but in the actual game he's like almost exactly the same size as a normal Marine.
Have your data ready, ma'am. We're coming to you.
The decrypting process is still underway.
I don't think you understand.
In Halo
We're
4,
out
the
of
Master
time.
Chief is
If it
twice
isn't
as tall as a
affordable to
Marine
reach
in
you, it's gonna
cutscenes.
get
It looks
carried.
really
Very
stupid.
of it, and you bury mankind's best chance for survival. Commander, you've been wondering what your Spartans died for? They died for this.
Possibly.
Please, buy me all the time you can.
Let's find Halsey's lab. Move.
Commander, I'm seeing turrets already in defensive positions.
Sure as hell got it. Doc, we have hostiles inbound.
Spartans, you cannot allow the Covenant to break through the door to my
Why
lab.
would there not be turrets like every 2 feet?
Let's give the doctor the time she needs.
Let me activate the
Noble team,
fucking
there are 4
guns.
defense turrets to assist you in defending the lab. Get them online, and quick. When the turrets take too much damage, they'll shut down to recharge.
I hate the
Reactivate when they
fucking
come back
having to
online.
wait on arbitrary fucking gameplay elements.
I need more time. Whatever you have to do, do it.
Did one of those turrets already turn off? Or did it just not activate correctly when I pressed the button? Either way, it's stupid and I hate it. It's not like these are actually gonna fucking last very long. Even on normal, they go down pretty quickly. They're basically just distractions to make sure they're not all shooting you at the same time. Wow, that killed like what, one person? Fucking great. Ugh. I wish I could give Noble Team weapons. I'd give fucking like Emil the fucking, what's it called? My brain isn't working. I'd give him the goddamn grenade launcher. Isn't there supposed to be a turret here? I thought there was. Probably mistaken. Whatever.
Watch out for the raid.
Though, to be fair, I would take Noble Team over those fucking morons in Halo 5 any day. Way to make me hate Buck as a character, by the way. Though, to be fair, the fucking version of Buck that's in ODST, or not ODST, in fucking Halo 5 is so far removed from, like, Buck and everything else that he might as well not even be the same character. It's like, he went from being what is essentially, like, a character with a very Mal Reynolds, like, inspiration. God fucking damn it. A very Firefly inspiration to a character that is just Nathan Fillion fucking talking about sci-fi shit for like a handful of minutes. Like, there is no personality to that character whatsoever anymore. And he makes me actively irritated whenever he's on screen. In ODST, he was much more likable, despite being, you know, less likable. In fucking Halo 5, he just annoys me. Like, and that's it. I have no other thoughts about him in Halo 5. He's not interesting, like, he doesn't provide anything to the story. As much as I like Buck, he doesn't need to be there, and he probably shouldn't. Like, I would have been fine with, like, seeing him maybe as, like, a cameo, like, on the Infinity, like, oh, hey, like, the other Spartans are there, like, maybe him and fucking, like, Fire Team, like, Majestic, or, you know, whatever, they're all gearing up for, like, another mission or something. Not, like, also, I like how the fucking rocket launcher, like, this clearly is not a weapon rack, but they've just, like, stuck it on the wall because they ran out of places to put it. It's like, it's clear that fucking, like, they had nothing to do for, like, they had nothing to give any character other than, like, Locke and the Chief to do in Halo 5. And even then, like, most of Halo 5 is nothing's happening, we're just going to a place and shooting people, and there's no actual reason why we're doing this. It's like the most transparent thing ever, of we don't really have a reason for actually coming here, but go here and shoot people. Ow.
Hold on, Spartans.
But yeah.
Getting close.
Ow. If we just had fucking, like, you know, seeing people on the Infinity getting ready for a mission, that would have been fine, and then maybe be like, okay, well, maybe they'll show up in the next thing, or like a side game. Not, yeah, they're front and center at all times. So we can show them off doing nothing. Is there a sniper rifle around here? No. What? Great.
Turret offline.
Yeah, no shit. Why are they even bothering sending miners? Only person in the fucking world who can use a 50 caliber armor-piercing sniper rifle with HE-tipped rounds and not kill whatever he's aiming at. I don't care how strong their shields are. They don't prevent kinetic force because they flinch when I shoot them with my gun. That means if I'm shooting them with a 50 caliber bullet, that should kill them instantly regardless of how much fucking kinetic force their shields reflect. The fact that they're flinching at all when I shoot them means that it's imparting most of its kinetic force into them. For an armor-piercing fucking 50 caliber round being shot out of an anti-material sniper rifle, it doesn't matter if they have shields, it should still kill them. Clearly the people who make these games don't understand physics. Kinetic bleed-through is still a thing. That's why in Mass Effect, the fucking shields also prevent kinetic energy from hitting the target. Because that's the whole point of the shields. Actually, that's all the shields prevent, is kinetic energy. Which is why direct energy weapons are not stopped by the shields in Mass Effect at all. Because they don't stop thermal energy. Which means that any weapon that's using a chemical or thermal damage type should bypass shields entirely in Mass Effect. Which I don't remember if the thermal clips do in that series, but they should, like, logically. God, that's so fucking annoying. Also, the fucking Banshees aren't coming over here for some reason like they normally do, which is a little irritating, to say the least. What the fuck is that ghost? Shit. I pushed in on the stick to fucking move it over, and then my thing was too, like the fucking dead zone wasn't accurate enough. Like, sick. Shit. I feel like the fucking damage on this has been nerfed. I try to do more than just complain about stuff in video games, but I can't help it. I feel like good things in video games are self-evident, and I don't need to talk about them as much as bad things. Because if I don't talk about bad things, they won't change them. Weren't we done? I'm not sure why it's taking the fucking wave so long to get here. I think the AI might be slightly glitched. These rations? Why are there rations out here? Sure. Okay. Yeah, so let me in. It's all well and good that we can get in here to fucking, you know, get to the doctor, but what about getting out? Is there some kind of secret elevator in here that takes us back to the surface? If so, why couldn't we have just taken that to get down in here? Are we fighting our way through the Covenant to get out? Also, the music's supposed to have cut out by now.
What is this stuff?
Knowledge. A birthright from an ancient civilization.
This wasn't here in the book. Great.
This AI is its custodian.
Because there was supposed to be a Forerunner structure under Castle Base. Because that's where we get Halsey from in First Strike.
This AI, yes.
Anyone else notice that Emil isn't properly lit by the lighting in this scene? Look, it's Halo 1 Cortana. Actually, it's Halo 2
There, you'll find a
Cortana, but still.
Halcyon-class cruiser waiting to get her off.
Man, Halo Anniversary fucking sucks.
Do you?
Halo 2 Anniversary is good, but Halo Anniversary is terrible.
Reach falls, and it
They
will
fucking
fall.
totally screwed that
Annihilation is
up.
all but certain. Unless we can glean
Like,
from
that
this
game looks like
artifact
dog
defense
shit.
Against the Covenant. A game changer. On
Also,
the level
this
of
entire
potential
scene is
foe of the
stupid, and I
19th
wish it wasn't in the
century,
game.
or faster than light travel in the 23rd.
And what if we can't?
An apt question, if there were
I like how Halo Reach plays, but its entire campaign is pointless, and every single decision every character in this game made was stupid, and they should have done almost the exact opposite of it. Like, if this AI is so fucking important, why would we chance, like, risking an open-air assault to get to a spaceship instead of just taking it to the secure facility where we know it will be protected? I know the rest of the series wouldn't have happened, and we probably would have all died when the Covenant activates the Halo Ring or lets the Flood out. But still, my point stands. Also, why would we not make a backup of the data? I know we can't make a backup of Cortana, but why not the data itself? Also, why is the Pillar of Autumn on the planet? It should be off doing that mission in space to get the fucking data in the satellite station destroyed. Why is the Master Chief in cryo already? Blah. Why is Cortana here if she was supposed to be on the ship? The dates don't even match up, for fuck's sake.
I need a heading dot.
This entire, like, timeline is happening, like, weeks after the events of Fall of Reach would have happened anyway. It's all very stupid. Nothing in the Halo timeline matches up anymore, and it doesn't matter anyway. We've already screwed everything. But there's no reason for, like, 90% of the characters in this game to have died. They all just kill themselves because they're stupid. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I enjoyed it, but it was really, really poorly written.